Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about stages of play. Now, there was a researcher named Mildred Parton who in the late 1920s, early 1930s actually did a study and actually observed American preschool aged children, so ages 2 to 5, and then documented what their play was like and what sort of play behaviours they had. As a result, she developed a framework that described 6 different types of play or stages of play. So I'd just like to go through those with you today, and I'm really interested to hear what stage of play your little one is at. So the first stage is unoccupied play. This is where the child's not actually playing, they're just observing. So they might do random movements or things like that. So we see this a lot in babies where they're just looking at things and moving their arms and legs, and it's almost like they're just trying to work out how their body works, and they're watching the world to see if they can figure anything out from it. So it's sort of that absorbing stimulus stage. So that's called unoccupied play. The second stage is solitary independent play. Now this is where a child is alone and they can maintain focus on an activity, but they're not really interested or aware of what others are doing. This is really common in younger children, so around the 2-year-old age level, as opposed to older ones, and you don't see it so often in older children. If you're still seeing it in older children, that's potentially a reason for concern about their play development. The third stage is onlooker play. Now, this is where the child watches others at play, but doesn't actively engage in it. So the child might engage in other sorts of social interaction, such as chatting about the play, without actually joining into the activity. This is also quite common in younger children, and it's almost a transition between the solitary play and parallel play stages. We then move on to parallel play, which is what's also known as, I think the other names are adjacent play or social coaction, I think it's called. So this is where the child plays separately from others, but close by and along a similar theme and mimicking other kids' actions. So this might be, for example, the little girl who's sitting next to the boy in the sandpit, and he's digging with a shovel and then with a spade, and then she leans over and grabs the spade and watching him and starts digging too. They're not actually playing, interacting with each other, but they're playing a similar way, and they're watching each other and they're playing close by. So that's parallel play. It's a sign that your child's starting to become more socially mature and more socially aware, and that they're starting to foster some of the early foundations for cooperative type play. This next level up is associative play. Now, associative play is where the child's interested in the people playing, but not in coordinating the activities with those people. So there's a lot of sort of interaction involved, but the activities aren't in sync. So this is, for example, when you'll have, using the sandpit example, you've got 2 little ones who are playing in the sandpit, but one is taking the spade off the other child and putting sand in their bucket when they don't want them to, and things like that. So it's like the activities are not coordinated, they're not working in unison, but they are interacting directly with each other. Then we get to stage 6, which is cooperative play. Cooperative play is where both of the children are interested in what's being played and the activity that they're doing. It's organised, participants have specific roles, there's a lot of sort of self-identification, and a bit of group identity might actually come out. So it's things like, okay, I'm the fireman and you're the dog, and we're going to go and rescue the princess from the tower. Oh, and you need to be the princess. So that's that cooperative play where things are clearly outlined as to who's doing what and who's in what role. What we see is this starts to come about in the kindergarten and preschool years, and you'll see more and more of it as that social maturity and more advanced organisation skills start to develop. And it evolves into dramatic play activities with role play like playing school, or even formal childhood games like Stuck in the Mud, or I think as other countries might call it freeze tag, I think it is. So those sorts of plays are examples of cooperative play. So as children get older, what we see is that peer interaction becomes more common, and that the non-social, so those solitary and parallel play types, become less common, and those more associative and cooperative play types become more common. So there's your little bit of play theory and history for the morning. Yay! So Parton's levels of play help us to understand our children a little bit better. So I'm wondering, listing off those 6 different types of play, which one do you see your child doing most often, and how old are they? So if you can just list in the comments below how old your child is and what sort of play level you see most often in them. Is it unoccupied play, solitary play, onlooker play, parallel play, associative play, or cooperative play? And that's it for today for me. So talk, eat, play and learn until next time.